The title of this Reddit post is actually from a woman. It says, "My husband's getting drinks with a co-worker and I'm terrified." I'm guessing this co-worker is a female, so let's find out. "My husband, 35, and I, a 34-year-old female, have been together for 9 years. Congratulations. Married for 5. Congratulations again. He was showing me a video on his phone the other day and a text came through from a female name I didn't recognise. That's not good. I think you should always know every single person that's in your partner's life. So if I saw a name pop up in my girlfriend's phone, I shouldn't be surprised by who that person is. I shouldn't need to ask, oh wait, who's that? And then she says, oh yeah, I've been talking to this guy for the last 2-3 weeks. He's a work colleague, there's nothing to it. That'd be a red flag for me. So yeah, from her point of view, a slight red flag from this guy that he has not told her about this girl. She continues, I asked who it was and he said she's a colleague from a company that his company works closely with. He has text previews turned off so I couldn't actually see what was said, but my suspicions were raised. Ask him to open up his phone. Let me see it. That's what I would have said to him. And also, why do you have their personal phone number if it's out of office hours? Like, you shouldn't be communicating with a work colleague out of office hours. I guess sometimes you might have to exchange personal numbers, but most people have work phones or they have this messaging system on emails or Microsoft Teams. So that's a bit of a concern. She continues, I know it's wrong, but when he was in the shower that evening, I looked through his phone to see who this girl is and why she's texting him. I might be controversial here, but I don't see anything wrong with this. In a marriage together, you two should have your phones unlocked, you should know each other's passcodes, and you should be completely fine with them looking through your phone. I know that's probably extremely unpopular opinion, but I've got nothing to hide, and my girlfriend should have nothing to hide. Let's keep it an open book. I'm surprised you didn't ask him to open the message when the message came through, but hey, it's their relationship. I found out they'd been getting coffee and lunch during the workday. What, just them two by themselves? I think even if it was a group thing, I'd still would like to think my girlfriend would tell me who she was getting lunch with, so that is a red flag. Why is he not telling his girlfriend about this? That just would raise insecurities and red flags in my head. So already I'm getting a bad feeling about this. They sometimes talk about work, sometimes not. Prior to last week, it was maybe 1 month of communication to plan these. Oh, so they planned these lunch dates a month in advance, I think I read that as. But then she joined a board that is on last week. I'm not quite sure what that means. So they had a board meeting, okay, I understand now, and then seemed to go out as a group for drinks after about 11. I did know that he was out with his colleagues during this time and wasn't concerned. Okay, so he's said to him, I'm going with my colleagues. He didn't clarify if it was men and women, but I guess from her point of view, it makes sense that it's going to be a mixture of genders because that's what an office is. It'll be a mixture of genders, so that's fine. What is concerning is that he texted her that night making sure she got home safe and telling her how much fun he had, but that he'd been hoping to have more opportunities to talk with her instead of everyone else. That is super concerning. This guy likes her more than just a work colleague. That's something you'd say to someone that you fancied or that you've just been on a date with to make sure they got home okay. Yeah, this is not good, and it's actually really disrespectful to his girlfriend, and this is something I'd certainly bring up with him, and she has every right to have these concerns. The next morning he texted her good morning. This just gets worse and worse from this guy, and asking her to drinks one-on-one next week. I don't want to say she should divorce him, but mate, if my wife was sending this to a male colleague, I think that's grounds for divorce. Call me dramatic, but I'll be pressing the red button, that's for sure. She agreed, and he said he couldn't wait. So he's doing all of this behind his wife's back. This guy's bad news, and I'm guessing this woman knows that he's married as well, so they're both as bad as each other at this point. Of course, I looked her up, and she's very beautiful, probably in her mid-20s. So this guy's in his mid-30s, I believe. Let me just read. Yeah, so this girl's about 10 years younger than him. So it kind of makes sense why he might be interested in her physically, and that's going to make his wife feel very insecure. Look, when you're in a relationship, you do not have one-on-one time with the opposite sex. You don't message that person outside of office hours. You don't have general conversations. This is completely uncalled for, and yeah, this guy's trying to get in this woman's pants. I'm saying that from a guy's point of view. I know exactly what this guy's trying to do, and yeah, it's disgusting. I asked again later who she was and what their connection was. He reiterated that she's a colleague and is helping get him connected with exciting opportunities in her organisation. That's fine, but don't do it so that you're putting your marriage at risk. I completely understand that you want to create links and opportunities, but to go about it this way is completely incorrect, and doing it behind your wife's back. If you said to your wife, look, I need to meet up with this work colleague who's a female, we're going to go for coffee and this is purely just business, and just lay it out about what your purpose is and make sure your wife's on the same page and she's aware, I think that's okay. But going behind your wife's back and going for like work drinks, that's not okay. So let's see how she reacted to this and see if she's picking up on the red flags that I'm picking up on here. I know he's been really focused on networking, and she has a lot of high up community connections that it looks like she's introduced him to. Maybe this is just a long term work goal, but again, my spidey senses are still tingling. He's also a friendly guy who likes to be involved through board work and professional groups. I don't want to go scorched earth and accuse him of anything inappropriate, since my insecurity has been a major issue we've had to work through in the past. So he knows this girl gets insecure, but he doesn't tell her about this work colleague, and it keeps it away from her, which is only going to increase her insecurity. This guy has no care about his wife's feelings, because if he did, and if it was purely just work related, he would have brought it up with her. But he hasn't done that because he knows deep down he has feelings for this girl and he wants to keep it a secret. Would this set off alarm bells for you, and how would you respond without accusing him and ruining the marriage? I'd bring it up, I'd lay it all out. I'd want to see every single message. I'd also want him to see how he'd react in what he wants to do to save this marriage and save this situation. I'd want him to say, look, I'm never going to message her again. I'm going to set clear boundaries with her. I'm going to explain to her I've got a wife. I don't feel it's comfortable for us to be talking outside our office hours and going on these lunch dates. Let's see if he does that. But if he chooses his work and this woman over his wife, then you know what he cares about most. And it looks like he doesn't care about this marriage as much as work and this work colleague. So they've added another comment here. Oh, okay, so there was a comment and she's replied to it on the Reddit post. The commenter said, if nothing else, he has a crush and is sliding straight up into emotional affair. Not knowing him, I couldn't say, but straight to physical would be some guy's response if this incorporated the interest. The OP replied to this comment and says, it all seemed professional up until last week. But yes, he is one reaching out to plan things and would be occasionally steer the conversation away from work, asking her how her day was, etc. Yes, this is the thing. It doesn't sound like it's purely work related. I guess he's trying to build connections with her and get in her good books, but there's a way about going about that. This feels like he is attracted to this woman and has a crush on her, and he's trying to keep his wife but also have this bit on the side. And that's me talking from a guy's point of view. Like, I will call out bad behavior from guys. I don't care what the gender is. This guy's bad news, and he needs to cut this work colleague off completely, apologize to his wife and take her out on a nice day, because, you know, if this woman is a good wife, don't let go of this wonderful 5-year marriage over a woman you met at work just because she's pretty. But yeah, that's all, guys. Cheers. See ya.